Hi everyone, Dr. Folakemi here again. This video is done on special request because there has been this conversation on social media about how frequently we should take a bath, and some celebrities have come out to say that, oh, they don't bath every day or they bath once a week. Well, this is very controversial, and I'm sure a lot of people are like, you don't bath every day. You know, in this part of the world, we bath every day, or we bath 2 times a day, or sometimes 3 times a day. So what is actually, right? Now, there's no hard and fast rule, or there's no one answer to that question, and that's because of climate and environment, and also culture. What would a dermatologist, for instance, recommend in terms of bathing? And again, that depends on where you live, which part of the world you live. In temperate parts of the world where it's not very hot and people don't sweat, you can afford not to take your bath every day. That's the truth. You can actually decide to do an every other day bath, and you'll be fine. But in parts of the world like Nigeria, where it's very hot, people sweat a lot, there's a lot of dust in the air, there's a lot of dust in the environment, and more so in places like Lagos, where I live, where there's a lot of pollution, you should take a bath every day if you go out. But sometimes if you are indoors all day, you may not necessarily need to take a bath. If you're indoors and you have air conditioning and the weather is cool and you didn't sweat, chances are that you can go without bathing. And I'm sure some of us have done that, on 1 or 2 occasions where we're home, the whole day on the weekends, and we decide not to take a bath. So that is permissible. But once you're outdoors, you go outside, you're in hot weather, you sweat, and you're in fumes, you're in like Lagos traffic, or you're walking around, during the day, you should take a bath every day. So if you live in an environment like in Canada, where it's cold most of the time, shout out to our Canadian people, you may not necessarily need to take a bath every day. That's the truth. But I know that our African culture say, you must bath every day. Okay, some people talk about intimate areas like the vagina, the anus. If you don't have your bath, is it not going to develop a smell? That's possible, but you could do wipes if you don't feel the need to do a bath, or you could just rinse out those areas when you have when you use the toilet. It depends again on the kind of skin you have, how much you sweat. Some people sweat a lot more than others. If you are the kind of person that sweats a lot, you should take your bath morning and evening so that you feel more comfortable. But you may not necessarily need to use soap or a cleanser twice, because too much bathing also can strip the skin of natural oils and what we call the acid mantle, and that can dry out the skin, that can make your skin age faster, and can also put your skin at risk of infections, because the acid mantle is actually the skin's first line of defense against infections in the environment. So stripping your skin constantly of that outermost layer, the acid mantle, which includes a bit of sweat, the oil or the sebum that your skin produces and other things, can actually make the skin to dry out and be more susceptible to infections and irritations. So I don't think it is right for you to scrub your body every single day or twice a day. That's a bit of an overkill. But you can do a bath with soap or cleanser once a day, and then in the evening you can rinse out. Except your work, involves a lot of sweating, or you worked in a dusty or dirty environment, or maybe you went to the gym, and you were, on mats on the floor and things like that. Then you could do a soap bath twice a day. But if you're just office work, sitting at a desk or sitting in a cool environment, once a day is fine. But if you want to do a bath in the evening, you could do a shower without soap. Of course, for the exposed parts of our body, like the face and the hands, you want to use soap or a cleanser twice a day, because chances are those parts of the body are more exposed to dust and dirt and need to be cleaned. And of course, for women, makeup, you need to wash off your makeup if you do wear makeup. So by and large, the number of times or the frequency of bath depends on the climate you live in, and the kind of skin you have, and the kind of job you do, whether you sweat a lot or not. And those things can then, inform how frequently you should have a bath. So there's no hard and fast rule to it. Sometimes you want to take a shower when you get home from work, but you're just too tired. Another thing, sponge or without sponge. I am not a sponge person. I don't use a sponge to exfoliate, because the truth of the matter is your skin exfoliates naturally anyway. However, exfoliating once in a while, with a sponge or a scrub is not bad. So I would say if you want to use a sponge to have your bath, once or twice a week is fine. If you don't use a sponge at all, it's also fine. Some people, when they use sponges, it causes them to itch, so they prefer not to use a sponge. I think I'm one of those people, but that doesn't apply to everyone. Some people feel they need to use a sponge to wash their body, but nothing too strong or harsh, as I've said. Nothing that would strip off the normal natural oils that you're meant to have on your skin, your acid mantle, because that is not actually healthy for the skin. Sometimes too much of squeaky cleanliness is actually not good for your skin. It could make your skin age faster, give you wrinkles, and put you at risk of infections and irritations. Bathing is good for good hygiene, but you shouldn't overdo it, and it shouldn't be something that has to be done twice a day, scrubbing the body and all that, because that is not actually good or healthy for the skin. Some people will be like, you have to scrub your skin or you have to wash off all the dirt. It's really not necessary, unless you are doing manual labor, you are, carrying cement or or working in mud, or you work in a farm. Then yes, probably you may need to scrub off your skin, and still at that, with that, you don't need to do too much of heavy scrubbing, because heavy scrubbing will damage your skin. So please be gentle with your skin. Please don't, if you live in Africa, please do not follow the advice of people who say they don't bath every day or they don't bath their children every day. It's not applicable here. For children, they should bath every day, because they play, they go to school, they play outside, they play in the dirt, they play in the sand. They're up to all kinds of things, so please bath them every day. At the same time, please watch my videos on the kind of soaps you should use. Please don't use medicated soaps. They're not necessary, really. And I keep reiterating that they're causing a lot of problems for us as dermatologists. But learn the right soaps to use. You can watch some of the other videos that I've talked about on soaps. pH balanced cleansers is what we recommend. And of course, moisturize your skin after a bath. Yes, so I hope I've been able to answer your questions about how frequently you bath. So take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.